Hello students, in continuation with my previous video lesson, in today's video lesson I am going to discuss the meaning of economics. Okay. Along with that I will discuss the different economic analysis and how many branches are there in economics. Okay, that we will discuss in this video lesson. So, let us start with the very first topic of this video lesson, that is meaning of economics. Basically this economics is related with the problem of making choices, means how one can make choices from the available scarce resources. Okay, means resources are available, but it is in a scarce manner actually, or there is a crisis of resources. So, how we can use those scarce resources for the betterment, or how we can maximize the production, okay, with that resources, that we are learning in the economics. Okay. So, this is the means how where you can, and this resources are having also alternative uses as well. Okay. As I have discussed earlier in the previous video lesson, that those resources which are available to us, those resources are having different uses, alternative uses. So, how we can use those scarce or limited resources in a proper way, so that we can satisfy our wants, this thing we will learn, means we are learning actually in economics, or we are studying in economics. So, simply you can say economics is a study of simply making choice in the presence of scarcity. Now, the main objective of this subject is that how we can use these resources for the best possible manner, means with the minimum resources how we can produce maximum, okay, or how we can satisfy ourselves, means maximizing our satisfaction, you can say. Okay, means there is a given resource, limited resources to use, say suppose 10 rupees, how you can use that 10 rupees so that you get maximum level of satisfaction, that is we usually studied in economics, and that is the main objective behind this subject actually. Okay. It studies as well how a society chooses to use its scarce resources to produce goods and services and distribute them, as I discussed earlier, that how with the help of this limited resource you can produce more and then distribute it among the people, so that they can satisfy their wants. It studies human behavior as well, okay, as a relationship between ends and scarce means which have alternative uses. That is, means again the repeating the same thing, that is the limited resources you are having and how you can use those limited resources as a means to get the end. Okay, and what is that end? The satisfaction, how you can use those resources to satisfy yourself in a best possible manner. Okay. So, this is all about the economics, sorry, this is the meaning, and this economic means here we are having, means some type of analysis, okay, known as economic analysis, and there is basically there are two types of economic analysis are there, positive analysis and another one is normative analysis. Okay. Now, as you can see in the box of positive analysis, there are certain questions like what is, what was, or what will be, means it is in the past tense, present tense, and like that, means exact, means the thing is that main thing under this example is that you are asking or you are getting the exact result. Okay, there is no imagination, no nothing, means like that. The what is the situation, means the positive analysis explain the actual thing. Okay, what is the situation is all about, what was the situation or what was happened actually, and what can happen, what would be happened and in the future, like that. Okay, whereas in case of normative analysis, the question becomes what should be, what should have happened, means what should be happen, or what is happening, what should be happening, and what should have happened, or like that, what should happen, like that. Means there is a not specific thing or accurate or actual thing. These are not based on the actual data actually or facts, and that is why there is a question, there is a, again there will rise a question, means what should be, what means not exact, the vague thing is given, or the maybe you can give your idea or like that. Okay, it's not that much realistic or the original one, authentic one. Let me give you more detailed information about this two type of analysis, then it will be much more clear to you. So let me clear this first. Okay, let's see positive versus normative. Okay, so in case of positive, and don't think that positive analysis gives you the positive result, normative gives you the negative, not in that sense. Positive means here the exact result or exact things these are dealing with. Okay, and in case of normative, it gives the idea only, it might be good or right or might be wrong as well. So positive, if we consider that positive analysis, in case of positive analysis, what we can see, it deals with how economic problem are solved. Means the exact result, 2 plus 2, 4. There is no other thing, means to decide and all like that. So if this is the problem, this will be the solution, like that. Okay. So this is about the positive, and it is totally based on facts. Okay, this is not an imaginary one, this is totally simply based on facts, data and all. Now that is why if you want, you can verify it with the actual data as well, means whatever solution will be given to you in case of positive analysis for any problem, economic problem, you can verify that data, that thing or that solution with the data, and you'll get that that will be, means that solution is correct actually. Okay, now this positive economics also gives the real description of the economy, because it's depends on the fact, it gives you the exact result or actual result, actual data, and that is why it describes the economy. Okay, real description you'll get from here, no vague or imaginary description you'll be getting, you'll get the real picture of the economy here. Then in case of positive analysis, it does not give value judgment. Okay, value judgment means what? Means this can be happen, if there is a poverty we should remove it, we should use this and that, like that kind of thing. Means there is no such kind of what we can say, the ideas and all like that. Means there must be a proper, accurate, actual, realistic solution should be given. Okay, so there is no value judgment, there is no question of value judgment. Whereas in case of normative analysis, everything is different, means the just opposite. It deals with how economic problems should be solved, not exactly solved, it should be solved. Okay, how you can solve, means what should we do, or how we could means remove this, like that. Okay, not the exact, means it might give you the exact result or it might not be, and this is based upon special, means totally the opinion. Okay, the perspective or the viewpoint of the people. So it is not based upon the facts like the positive one, and that is why you cannot verify those opinions, those judgments or those solutions with the actual data. because that is a simply judgment, that is not the real thing actually. Okay, so you cannot verify this normative analysis or normative economics with the actual data. And this normative economics or analysis, its aim is to fulfill different ideals. Okay, it's not the, it is not give you this analysis will not give you the real picture. It is the ideology, means this should happen, this should be done, and like that. Okay, it's based on the idea only. And definitely it's actually imaginary and all, so it necessarily gives the value judgment. Okay, now let me give you some examples of this positive and normative economics, then it will be much more clear to you. Like in case of positive economics, we can use this sentence as an example, that India faces the problem of poverty. That is the fact that we all know actually, that India is facing a real challenge, and that is what? The poverty. Okay, so this is, there is no like that could be, should be, like that thing. It is the real thing. You can go and verify the data, you can check all the data, all the sensors and all the reports and everything, you will see that this is the truth, because this statement is based on the facts, real facts. So it's describe you the real scenario of the economy. Now the second example of this positive economics is, prices in Indian economy are constantly rising. As you can see that petroleum, diesel prices are constantly rising, and the other prices of other goods as well. So there is an inflationary situation actually. So this statement is also true and real statement. Okay, you can verify the data and you will say, yes ma'am, this is the right, means this is the actual scenario, okay, real picture of the economy. Then the next one, very important one, that is, we all know that India is the second largest populated country in the world, and maybe if we go on with the present birth rate and like that, it might happen. The survey says actually, or the research suggests that in near future we will be the highest populated country in the world, means we will we will surpass China's population as well. So whatever it be, it is the again different kind of statement. It is the positive, the right now the present statement is what, or realistic statement is what? India is highly populated country, almost or approx you can say 139 crores people are staying in India. Okay, so approximately it's 139 crores, so it is a huge population pressure. So if you go by the data and all, again you will get the this statement is true. Again the pandemic, the present situation, as you know, because of this COVID-19. So COVID-19 is worse than world wars. If you see World War I, World War II and all, and so go and check the situation at that time and the death records and everything, it is worse than, means those things actually, those wars actually. This COVID-19, this pandemic is, means it is a really means the second wave is was also very dangerous. So this COVID-19 was means is worse than those World War I and II. Now let me give you some examples. These are the examples of what? The positive economics. Okay, now give me the let me give you the example of normative economics. What is this? India should take steps to eradicate poverty. See, you know the fact that India is facing the problem of poverty. Now the normative, how it can be changed into normative statement? If someone is saying we should try, or we should do something, we should plan something, we should take any steps to eradicate this poverty. Okay, fine, that is good, that is a judgment, no? Yes or no? This is an means idea, or this is a judgment. This is not a statement which based upon the facts. Okay, how we can remove? Give me that solution, that will be means, and if it bets on the facts and realistic data, then okay, that will be positive. But if you say okay that we should remove it, we should do that, and so that will come under normative statement. Okay, again, if there is a problem of price rising and all, price rising and all, then we should look forward for the RBI. Actually, how RBI can control, means the central bank usually control this, all this money supply and all those things, pricing policy and all, most of the cases. So here the normative statement becomes what? RBI should control the price rise in the Indian economy. Okay, so who should look into the matter? The RBI should, means this is a judgment simply. Okay, India should, if it is a populated country, okay, that is true, but what we should do means like that, India should utilize its high population to its advantage. How? Is there any, means this is a judgment, this is an idea actually, they should use it, India should use it, government should use the population for the betterment, for the development of country. They should use or utilize this overpopulation actually. Okay, this is good, yes, right, but it's not based upon the fact. This is an idea, simply an idea, or you can say this is simply what you can say, the judgment actually. Okay, now if we consider this pandemic and all, or these highly populated or the other problems and all, the economic should take measures to reduce its impact. Means some measures need to be taken so that we can protect our economy. Okay, so this type of statements, when you are giving that it should be happen, it could happen, it would be happen, and like that, so it becomes a normative statement, because you don't have enough facts and figures to prove yourself right. Okay, because those are only simply the judgments or the suggestions. Okay, so this is the difference between positive and normative economics, okay, or analysis you can say. Now moving towards the next part, that is branches of economics. In today's video lesson I will finish it only up to this slide. In the next slide, next video lesson, I will tell you the detailed information about these branches actually. Okay, so for the time being you just need to know, or you just try to remember, the economics is having two branches. These are microeconomics and another one is macroeconomics. There is a simple difference in this whole word is here, lies here. Here we are having I and here we are having A. Only because of this two letter we are getting two different branches, or different, you can say, the words. One is micro, another one is macro. Micro stands for, or it implies what? It refers small things, okay, very small, and macro means the very large. Okay, so in case of microeconomics, for the time being, just let's see, means in the next video lesson I will definitely discuss it in more detail. So for the time being, just you try to remember, the microeconomics deals with the individual aspects. This starts with I, na? So try to memorize that word, individual. So it deals with the individual persons or individual aspects, and whereas macroeconomics deal with the aggregates. Okay, the aggregates, not the individual. So or the economy as a whole. So this is the basic difference between these two branches. Okay, so let me finish this video lesson for up to this. In the next video lesson I will move towards the meaning of this macroeconomics and microeconomics and the differences I will tell you. Okay, for the time being, thank you students.